which is a very exhausting place to be. Because I'm like constantly like, I don't give a fuck what these people think, and then being like, but do they notice that I'm wearing my leather jacket today?
Do they like that I don't give a fuck?
Yeah. Like, is not giving a fuck enough for these people, you know? Alrighty.
Hi. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of New to This City. Episode 2.
Episode 2.
This is wild.
Yes.
What are we drinking today, Joey?
Straight up Prosecco.
Bad bitch.
Yep. Clink.
Cheers.
So, hi.
I missed you so much.
Oh my God, me too. I literally go throughout like my day being like, oh my God, I have to talk to Shane about this. Or, oh my God, this is going to be a great podcast idea.
I was going to say, yeah, do you feel like you can't talk to me now because you want to save it?
Almost. Like, I'm still going to talk to you, obviously, like on an everyday basis.
Oh,
but
yeah. But I feel like I'm definitely saving some stuff
yeah, me too.
to tell you.
Yeah. So, the first thing I want to start with is, how's the guy?
Oh, God. I think I ghosted him.
Did you?
Yeah, not on purpose. I just got really busy, and he just kept texting me like memes every day, and I was like, oh, I really should message back, and then I just never did. I kept forgetting to.
Yeah.
And to me, that says
That's a bit of a sign, isn't it?
Yeah.
The writing's on the wall.
Yeah.
But like we talked about last time, like it's so hard to get emotionally invested.
Here's where I think I am right now. I think I'm emotionally invested in getting attention, and that is it.
And that's totally okay.
Like, I have Hinge, the dating app.
Right, yeah.
I have not opened that app in probably 8 months, but every now and again, I get a notification that someone likes me, and that's all I need.
Right.
It's just
the short little, like, attention boost.
Yeah,
that you
like,
need.
P.S., you're still cute and desirable. And
Which
I'm
you
like,
always
good
are.
to know. See you later.
I'm sorry, I haven't told you enough then.
Today, I got my 4th number at the general store, and I looked like this. So
okay.
I was feeling pretty good on
That's
myself.
also something we need to kind of touch on is microneedling. I know that like we've kind of talked about it, but
I'll talk to you about it for 45 minutes.
yeah, your skin looks plastic.
Thank you.
It does. Like it really does.
I'm really excited about
and
it.
like not to be like how you were before wasn't okay because you totally are perfect the way you are.
I mean, it's the same thing as when I got my teeth fixed.
But the difference from when I was with you on the ship to where your skin is now is unbelievable.
I am so excited about it.
And I think the biggest thing is you microneedling.
It is. And here's the, like, I keep thinking about this. Like, people keep thinking about, like, oh, well, what's one positive thing that happened in 2020? I actually had the time to focus on fixing my skin because I've always wanted to, obviously. But I've always been traveling, and I've always had to, like, I've never been able to go to, like
consistently.
Exactly.
An esthetician on a consistent basis, which Susan Yara, who is incredible, I absolutely love her.
Love her too.
She says that you can only keep up with the skin that you have at home. Meaning, if you want to fix anything, you have to go to someone to fix it. And I think that's like so true that like you can only keep up the skin that you already have at home. You can only do so much. You're only trained to do so much. Where you go to an esthetician and they're able to like basically identify the issues that you have and to be like, okay, so here's what we're going to do today to fix that. And here's what you can do to prevent it from happening again.
Cindy, my esthetician, is my new best friend. I text her probably like twice a week. Just about like how things are going. I love her. And then Kristen, my like, what do you call someone who like works in a med spa? My like,
you're like spa.
My skin doctor.
That's
my skin
cute.
surgeon. I don't know. And well, she put blood all over me.
It freaks me out.
But she is very emotionally invested in my journey about moving to London.
Yep.
But yeah, thank you for saying that because honestly, I've spent a lot of money on it, on my skin, and it's so worth it. Like
I was going to say, like, I think I can say that I can see the results. Every time that you do it, I can see results. So I'm happy for you.
Have you met with your designer friend?
So I haven't met with him yet. He said that he's been behind and that he hasn't really had the time to do it, which is slightly disappointing, but I'm being patient. It's just because I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
So we're holding off on that. I think he like messaged me like 2-3 days ago and was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I've kind of gotten sidetracked. I'm still invested. So that's good. I'm getting nervous about time because obviously I leave in a month and a half.
Right.
Well,
are you?
Yes, I think so.
Oh
So
my
I talked to
God.
Jacob and he says that we definitely have like over 15,000 pounds more than what we need to apply for the visa.
I'm like gonna cry.
So I think we're still on for December 4th of me applying for it.
My hands are sweating. I am
Yeah.
so happy for you.
We just have to like pay for a lawyer, which is disgusting amounts of money. But
Oh, like an immigration lawyer?
yeah, and it's just like kind of like a one-time meeting just for us to be like, here's everything that we have. Is this okay?
Right, and
But
sure.
I mean, Jacob is like, he probably could be an immigration lawyer at this point because he has read everything over and over again. And I trust him like so explicitly with all of that stuff.
You know what? That means he really loves you, because if he didn't like you that much, he'd be like, oh no,
I
like,
guess,
can't, you know what?
Yeah.
This pandemic, above all else, has, I think, shown relationships, especially ones in different countries.
Yes.
Which one of the people don't really give a shit?
Yep.
He loves you.
Yes, he does. So next week, I have to go in for surgery. Yeah. Nothing too big. They found precancerous cells in my body.
Excuse me?
Yeah. Which is slightly frightening, but the doctor was basically like, it's routine. It's no big deal. Don't freak out. And I was like freaking out, obviously, because I was like, am I going to die?
Now I'm crying for a different reason.
No, I was like, am I going to die? Should I be worried? And he was like, no. And I was
Where
like,
are
okay.
the cells?
So they're in my ass, which retrospectively I am going to laugh about.
Are they going to rip you a new asshole?
Pretty much, which is exciting. I'm excited about that.
Love that journey for you.
Just like basically all they do is they go in, they basically like take whatever part they see irregular and take it out. It's really, he was like, and I was like, should I be worried about it being cancer? And he was like, no. He was like, it is not, as long as we get rid of it, it's no big deal. All we have to do is just watch it. And I said, okay, great.
Got it.
It was definitely like, I got the call and I was like, fully had like a mental breakdown, crying, everything. I called Jacob and I was like, I'm going to die. And this was like before I went and saw him. And I was like, I have no idea what the fuck is happening. So that was my like big stress. So, but it's literally like a 2-hour surgery. He says like you'll be in and out, no pain, nothing whatsoever. So it's not that big of a deal. They're just doing something quick. It literally is going to take 2 hours. And he was like, you'll feel no pain whatsoever. So
Okay.
we're all good.
I'm glad.
Yes.
When's that happening?
So that'll be Friday. So the day after Thanksgiving. I know.
Great.
I know. But yeah. Anyways, I got 2 new tattoos. So this one, the little cherries.
Oh.
So it's like 2 little cherries, but one's a little skull. Yep.
Oh, you're so much cooler than
And then
me.
I covered up the loud tattoo with a little frog.
Okay, I thought that frog looked new.
Yes, he is. So
He's cute.
yeah, he's cute, isn't he? But I went to like the tattoo shop and I was like, we had like ideas of what I wanted beforehand. And he was like, okay, so I can't get this to work. So he was like, I'm just going to have to think of something to cover it up with.
Was he mid-tattooing you and then said, I can't get
No,
it to
oh my
work?
God, no. Could you imagine? No, he was like designing it. And as he was like designing, he has an iPad that he took a picture of my arm and he was able to like draw on top of the picture. He was like, are you okay with a frog? And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I don't care. I'm so kind of like open to anything at this point that I said, yeah, fine. And it turned out really cute. He's a cute little frog.
Yeah, me and my one Harry Potter tattoo are really jealous
You
of you.
have a world tattoo though.
Yeah.
I love that tattoo. That is like the first thing I think of you because when Caitlin and Matt were first talking about you on my vision contract, my first vision contract, and you just came up in conversation, obviously. As you do. And you came up on my Facebook just as like people you may know. And your profile picture is that picture of you looking over your shoulder with your tattoo. And that's what I always think of you as.
Oh.
Yeah.
I always forget I have that tattoo. Does this ever happen to
Absolutely.
you? And then I like look in the mirror, I'll be like,
oh my God. What's that? Yeah.
It's weird. I love that tattoo though. I need to update you on my visa.
Yes, you do.
It's been ages.
It's been, okay, well, the last thing that I knew, you were getting your Canadian passport. It was basically on its way.
Yeah. Oh, so my Canadian passport came back.
Oh, good.
So I got it,
Good.
which is great.
That's such a good step.
Yeah, the first step. So it came back, and then I had to go and get my biometrics done, which for whatever reason I was terrified about.
Yeah.
And
I have to do that as well.
the only thing you have to do is go
Your
and get
thumbprint,
your
right?
fingerprints taken,
Yeah.
and then they take a picture of you, and that's literally it. I was shaking going into, I don't know why, because it was like
Do you think they were going to draw like 8 vials of blood?
well, here's the thing. I have like a guilty conscience for no reason.
Right. And you're like, they're going to find something.
Well, and it was like the building is called like the Department of Homeland Security and Immigration, and like
Yeah.
I was like, everyone there is going to be so mean because border control is very strict.
But that's pretty much all border control.
I know, and that's what I was going
Do
to
you
go
remember
see.
CBP, like when we were on ships?
Yes.
They were horrible.
So that's why I think I was like so scared.
Yeah.
And they ended up being so sweet. Like
That's good.
I made so many friends with people.
Where'd you go?
Bedford.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had to go to Boston.
Well,
There's
that's what I was
one
thinking.
in fucking Bedford, which is about, it's literally in bumfuck nowhere.
Yeah.
It was like next to a Trader Joe's. I like went in, I went to Trader Joe's for the first time.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love Trader Joe's.
It was the best day. I had Panera for lunch. I'm from Washington, so like
That's a
Panera
treat
is
for
a
you.
luxury.
Yeah, that's a treat for you.
But yeah, so I sent my biometrics off. I went to like a UPS and I insured the fuck out of that package.
I was going to say.
So I sent that off and I was like praying to God. Let me just say, PSA, you can have the option. So like when you apply, you have to go through like VFS, which is their system to submit the application
Right.
to the embassy.
Yeah.
You can opt to pay $5 for the text messaging feature.
I will absolutely be doing that.
Okay, it's a scam. Don't
Is it?
do that. Because they don't text you. You get the mandated like email updates and then the
They
text
text you
message.
saying that you got an email.
Yeah, pretty much.
Right.
And I went on Reddit and all of the like visa people are like,
Don't
yeah,
do it.
it's either you don't get any text messages at all and you pay $5 for nothing, or you get redundant text messages.
Okay, good to know.
So nobody says that, but don't do it. It's a scam. But anyway, so I got my biometrics done. I sent off my visa and oh shit.
Oh my God, is this your Canadian passport? Oh my gosh. Let's look at the picture. Oh my God, you look good.
Oh my God, thank you. That's not what I wanted you to see though.
Did you get your visa?
Keep going.
Did you fucking get your visa? Where the fuck is it? Oh my God, it's here. Oh my God, it's here!
So I'm leaving.
You have your visa.
I got it.
You have your fucking visa. Look at that. You have your fucking
I
visa.
know. I wish I looked more happy in the picture.
I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
I cannot believe it's like sitting right here in front of me.
I know. And like we knew that I was like,
We were going to get
well,
it.
I knew I was
but
going to get it, but holy fucking shit. It's in my hands. It belongs to me. And the date,
You literally you can fly tomorrow if you wanted to.
well, I could fly on December 28th. And I will be flying on December 28th and arriving in the country on December 29th.
From the 20th of December.
Yeah.
I am so happy for you.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. That's so exciting. I'm so fucking happy for you. I can't wait until I get mine.
I know.
Yeah, we just have to. So, next step is mine.
Next step is yours.
So, topic for today. I think a good transition, because now you're definitely leaving, is where the hell are you going to live?
I don't know yet. I keep looking. I'm looking for a job and I'm looking for...
Any idea of like the job that you like want? I know that like obviously with the whole coronavirus thing is,
And like our industry being shut down.
well, yeah, fully
Yeah.
is a little difficult.
So I'm applying for things because I figured if our industry is going to be shut down, I might as well. There's a couple of nonprofits that I've applied for.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. Applying for jobs is basically my full-time job now.
Mhm.
So
I cannot, like, I'm in a full state of shock still. Like, you're actually going to be there.
I know.
I cannot, like, process that information.
So I'm torn between, and I actually like your opinion about this.
Yes.
I'm torn between finding somewhere to live for like a couple months just so that I know when I land I have somewhere to go, or getting a job and then finding a place to live that is
around there.
around my job.
London is so well connected. Now, you wouldn't want to travel from like northwest London, obviously, to like southeast London.
Right.
But that being said, it's so well connected and everything runs so smoothly for the most part that like, even if like, let's say you're living in, I don't know, Seven Sisters, and you then have to work in Fulham, it's a bit of a journey, but you'll still be okay.
I love that I can picture in my head what you just said because I've studied that fucking map.
Yeah. I say Seven Sisters and Fulham because those are the two places that I've lived, so I kind of connect those two.
Yeah. I do want to live in Hackney. I'm stuck
Hackney
between
is very
Hackney
cool.
and Clapham Junction.
Well, Clapham Junction is right around the corner for me,
I know.
so I kind of prefer that. But
Hackney
Hackney is really
though.
cool. Hackney is really cool. So Hackney, you have like these like warehouses. Like there's warehouse district in Hackney.
Okay, this is, I feel like, a great segue into our topic of the day because personally, I don't know how you identify, but I am 100% an introverted extrovert. And I am terrified of living in a warehouse because I feel like that's a lot of pressure to wake. I mean, you've met me in the morning.
Yes.
It's not cute and it's not fun. And I'm getting better. But 8 people like being like, hiya.
Yeah. I don't know. I guess you kind of have to get the vibe of like the place that you're going.
I guess, yeah.
I've lived in 3 different warehouses. So
You have?
yeah. So when I first was in London with Jacob, I was living in Seven Sisters, and there was a warehouse there. Now we only had 2 roommates, and they were like really cool, easygoing. Like would talk to us in the morning, but like wouldn't really bother us all that much.
Yeah.
But definitely because it was a smaller warehouse and there was only like 4 of us, including Jacob and I, we like definitely had to kind of talk to each other. Like there was no kind of avoiding each other.
Would you consider yourself an introvert as well?
Definitely not an introvert because I am not quiet.
I'm not quiet either.
No, not at all. I think I definitely need my time alone to recover, which is basically by definition introvert.
Yeah.
Like you basically recover by yourself and you need to be away from people.
Yeah.
Like I definitely have that when you're in a big crowd of people, it drains you, and then to recharge your battery,
Yes.
I need my alone time.
Yes.
And that's kind of like the definition of introvert. Now, there are times when I'm like definitely way more extroverted, but I guess then I would define myself as an introvert and extrovert.
Okay, good.
I have major social anxiety. Like crazy social anxiety. So I understand like when you're in like a big group of people, it definitely like throws me off, and I'm definitely like always socially aware of how I'm acting in a group, and that's draining. Like constantly being aware of how you're acting.
Like and being perceived by others.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
And that's what I mean, like when it drains me being around big groups of people, because I'm like constantly being aware of like, am I being a part of the conversation? Am I being funny? Are people liking me? Oh,
So
it's
interesting.
horrific.
I don't think about that at all.
Oh, it's horrific. And like when I'm like in the grocery store, I think I'm the main character of everything.
Yeah,
I
you
think I'm the
are.
main character.
You think everyone around there is paying attention
Is
to you
looking
and like
at me.
what fruit you're looking
Exactly.
at. Okay.
I think that like everybody is watching me and what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
And like I will like fully create this fantasy in my head of like, well, this person knows that I picked up peanut butter, and then this person saw that I was also picking up chocolate chips. Do they think I'm going to be making chocolate chip cookies? Like, do they think that like I'm going to be putting the chocolate chips and the peanut butter together?
That is exhausting.
Exhausting. It is fully exhausting. So I definitely like love my alone time.
Mm-hmm.
And even like with Jacob, I'll tell Jacob like, hey, like I'm going to be doing my makeup today, or I'm going to be sewing today, and I am fully going to be in my own zone. I will maybe have a conversation or 2 with you, but like if you need to do anything, you should go ahead and do that because I need me time. And it was a lot easier when I was just living in London when Jacob was working, because he would go off to work and I'd be by myself. And I just like found such like a routine for myself that I was able to like recharge. Now I was like, now I'm living in a warehouse. And it's good because I think what's good about it is because I kind of like define myself as an introverted extrovert
Mm-hmm.
the same way that you do. Like I'm able to kind of interact socially with people when I want. And because there's like more than 3 or 4 people, well, there's 5 of us. I can either be a part of the conversation or I can step away.
Right.
And I think that's what's good about a warehouse. I think that's the positive benefits is like, especially if you're like also in like kind of a bigger one,
Mm-hmm.
which they have like ones up to like 10, 11, 12 people, which I know sounds like a lot.
I think my fear is coming from having to share a cabin with someone. And I know that it wasn't fun to share a cabin with me because
no, I understand
it's
that.
just, it's just someone there constantly all the time. And I think that's what's kind of like
But I
turning
think
me
that's
off
kind
of it.
of getting in your way because you
But
have your own room and you fully have your own space.
Yeah.
Like you fully can like shut the door and have your own space.
Yeah. But the problem that I always ran into when I had my own room on the ship was I could, before I learned what quarantine was like, I could probably stay in my room and not hang out with anybody for like a week and a half before I was like, I should probably go see what someone's up to. And I had to have people, like Alex was a big person for me to be
push
like,
you.
hey, let's go out and do something.
Yeah.
And once I was out with people, I would love it and it would be great and it would be fine. But I never it takes me a while to get to that point and I need someone. So I definitely feel like I couldn't live alone, like by myself.
Because you literally would never see
I would never see anybody. And then what's the point of living in London? And do you ever get in this space where like you're in your head for so long that when somebody tries to interact with you, you're like bothered?
Yes.
That happens to me a
Yes.
lot. And I really don't like that about myself.
Yeah. I don't think I deal with that as much.
Because you're worried about what they would think of you.
Exactly. Right. I'm like constantly aware of what people think of me, but also at the same time not giving a fuck what people think of me.
Yeah.
Which is a very exhausting place to be. Because I'm like constantly like, I don't give a fuck what these people think, and then being like, but do they notice that I'm wearing my leather jacket today?
Do they like that I don't give a fuck?
Yeah. Like, is not giving a fuck enough for these people, you know? So like, I think that's another thing to mention is like social responsibility. That's like such a big thing. I think of like, that's definitely like a negative, I think, for me for warehouse living. Feeling like I need to go interact with these people when in reality, I'm sure it doesn't matter. But there is a bit of like a social responsibility when you choose to live with 5, 6, 7 people that you're going to be a part of the group.
Right.
That's part of like the unspoken contract that you sign when you are looking at a warehouse is like when you walk in, how are you going to fit into this group?
I feel like moving somewhere new and being by yourself, I think that's the situation that you have to put yourself into because you are in a position where you need a support system. You need people around you to like be able to talk things out with because you don't have your normal
to say,
people.
Like, hey, the tube's down.
Right.
Make sure you go this way. Like, even it comes down to like your everyday, or like, hey, like Sainsbury's had a sale on avocados. It comes down. There's like definitely like big advantages and disadvantages, especially being an introvert with like having to deal with pressure of socially interacting.
Maybe I will look into warehouses, like a medium small warehouse.
It's definitely like something that you can like have a like. So when Jake and I were looking for a place, we did like video, like kind of like show arounds, and then we did like socially distanced viewings where like they would bring us in and like they would stand on like the other side of the room and like we would kind of walk around.
I feel like if I find somewhere I really want to live, I'm gonna make Jacob go and look at it for me, make sure it's legit.
Yeah, no, you totally should.
Because I'm an Amy over here. Can't do it. I don't want to get scammed.
I'm not over the whole visa thing. Can I just tell you, I'm like still floored by that.
Just for context, I leave at the time of this recording in 39 days.
That's so soon.
I'm going to throw up.
That is so soon.
Yeah. Oh, can I just tell you the turnaround time for my visa?
Was it quick?
I sent it.
Did you like expedite it at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Because I had a 7-week turnaround, I think. Or 8 weeks. I think I had a solid 8 weeks. So I was like, I don't need to because it takes 2 to 3 weeks.
Right. Okay.
I sent my thingy off on the 2nd. It got to the embassy on the 4th, and I got it back on. It took 8 days, and that's with Veterans Day being a bank holiday. The embassy was closed, so really it took 7 days, and half of that was a weekend.
I'm also pretty sure that's because of coronavirus as well, because they probably aren't getting many applications whatsoever.
But I kind of also thought that they would be like, hello, we're obviously not letting people into the country. There's a pandemic. That was a real concern.
That's that's something that keeps me up at night, is how long it's going to take for me to get it. I'm like scared
honestly
about that.
It was too soon. I was like, they've rejected it because
they were like, it's coming.
It took 6 or 7 business days. Getting back to the support systems thing, I have to tell you about the thing that I've been doing, which has been helping me so much in not feeling like I'm alone, feeling like there's places that I can reach out to.
Yes.
And that's Facebook groups.
Facebook groups are it.
Okay, I'm part of Canadians in London, Americans in London, girls in London, like expats. I'm part of so many groups, and it's amazing because I've just been obviously like a spectator. I don't have problems yet. But it's like, what phone plan do I get? I'm trying to find this like face wash that's comparable to this like American brand. What do I get? Where do I find Thanksgiving shit? It's amazing.
So very cool.
It like has
and
made
like
me
to find like the support system and people who feel the exact same way as you.
Even like with the election and stuff, like a lot of it's been geared about the election, and then like now it's more about Thanksgiving, but it's just making me feel so much more at ease knowing that I'm not alone once I get over there.
Totally.
Some people are like, hey, I'm lonely in lockdown. Anybody want to go like on a socially distanced
like park date?
Yeah.
That's really cool.
And
that's really cool.
It's been making me feel really great. So, I'll put it, you can put it in the show notes. I'll like go and find the actual
Facebook groups.
Yeah, like links because if anybody
wants to join
moving by themselves to London, it's a really good thing. It's a good resource to have.
That's also like, I guess, another thing of like being an introvert in a new city. I think just in general is like, I can find myself locked in my room, not exploring anything because I'm just simply terrified. And as soon as I take a step out of the door, everything's fine. But there's such a mental block with like, I am so fucking scared. And having to push through that and being able just to be like, no, you know what? Like Jacob and I were trying to find furniture for our room. And there's this incredible network called Freegal. And basically it's people put just shit that they're wanting to get rid of, that they can't be bothered to sell, that they can't be bothered to like go on eBay and list it and do all of that. And they basically say, here's what I have. It's free. Just message me if you want it. That pushed me so much. And it was so easy for me to then step out of the door and being able just to go and find these things and take the tube to go all the way across the city to go and find these free things. And like the amount of shit that I found on this website, and then just the amount of shit that I was able to like go and explore and see and walk in a park and go get a coffee. And like this was like in the height of coronavirus, so not a lot of things were open, but I was able just to like get myself out of me being stuck in my room because like you said, like I can find myself going days without leaving my room.
And that's not the point of us being there.
No, and you want to go in and explore these things. And like Jacob is so awesome because he's always like, let's go do something, which is why we get along.
And I think once you and I are there,
I mean, we're going to go
talk about a support system.
Yeah.
Like,
so excited. I am so excited. The amount of shit that we have planned that we're going to go find is incredible. So excited. And we're like one step closer. And I think that's why like I got so emotional because like we're gonna fucking do it.
Yeah, like it's one thing, and this is why I was freaking out, because it's one thing to say all these big fucking plans and talk a lot of shit and be like, you guys will see. But then to hold the visa and look at it in your hand.
That is so fucking reaffirming.
And to have the flight already booked, like whether I like it or not.
You're fucking going.
I'm going.
You're going. I am so excited. It's like such a big step. And it's so reaffirming, I think, for our podcast.
We're not stuck in the city.
We're not stuck in the city. We're going to be new. And we are. It's, I truly, this has like been one of, I think, I've been dealing a lot with feeling like a failure.
Oh my God, we're laughing so we're not crying.
Truly. Like, so I work in an unnamed big fabric and craft retailer currently, and having to have conversations and being like, I was a dancer, which I know I'm like still but like, what do you say? Like, when someone asks like, what do you do? Or if I get into a conversation, I'm like, well, I was a dancer, and I have to correct myself because I have to be like, no, I am a dancer.
Oh my God. Did I tell you about my emotional breakdown?
No.
It's literally this exact conversation. This poor man, he was just trying to make conversation at the general store. And he was like, oh, DeShane, you used to be a dancer. And I turned around. I couldn't, it was word vomit. I was like, I am a dancer. I'm not doing this. I'm a dancer.
Yeah.
No, I'm not here. I happen to be here. And he was just like mortified.
Yeah.
I couldn't stop talking at him about how
That's like
I'm
full,
still a dancer.
Like full like early 2000s chick flick mental breakdown.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because, and like, it was a mother and a daughter. She was like, that'd be really good for your dance competition. And it was like this like sequin fabric. And I was like, so... I used to be. I worked on crew. I was a pro. Here,
as someone who knows what the fuck they're talking about.
It was like I went to the break room after because I almost fully had an anxiety attack of like, what the fuck happened? Of like, from doing what I fucking love and a dream that I had to going to retail is absolutely soul crushing. And I don't think like, and like I talked to my mom about it and she's like, you have to realize it's temporary. And I'm like, I understand that, but there is such an ego blow. No matter what the circumstances are, there is such a blow to your ego of like, here's what I used to be doing and now here's what I'm doing.
And I think the difference is it wasn't a choice. You didn't sit down and go, I'm going to make this transition.
Right.
And however I get there is however I get there. But I'm closing that chapter of my life and I'm moving on.
We're moving on. It was like fully like, no.
Someone was like, get the fuck off the ship, wear this mask or you're going to die. Yeah. And you were like, excuse me?
I was in the middle of skimming the book and someone fucking closed it on my finger. That's what happened. Excuse me? Yeah. Not the finest and proudest moment of me hyperventilating in the middle of a break room at a fabric store.
I can confidently say all of us have done it.
It's just it's disappointing, you know?
Yeah.
And I know eventually things will get back. I mean, the news about obviously a vaccine is incredible.
And here's my hope. Here's my like looking towards the future. When the industry comes back, would I rather be in Washington, New Hampshire or in London?
Right.
Available to take auditions.
Washington, New Hampshire.
Thank you. Yes, that's what I was thinking. Can I just say like a full props, pat on the back, fucking go to every artist who got the rug pulled out from under them and are persevering
Absolutely.
And doing whatever the fuck they need to do to survive.
To all artists. And like even in the height of a pandemic, when the only thing people are doing is watching TV.
Consuming entertainment.
Exactly.
Consuming art. Basically.
The amount of people that I see constantly going through a fabric store who have learned to sew purely due to the fact that they don't have anything else.
Right. Well, regardless, I just want to say that you're not a failure. And I'm excited for you because, I mean, your mom's right. It is temporary. And eventually, I mean, once the timing works out and everything, then you'll be in London and it'll be good and it'll be worth it. So it'll be fine.
Well, let's just say, because I am excited for you to like actually finally, I think concretely look at places and know that you're going to have to move into, which I think a good idea for you probably until you find a job is to just look for something temporarily.
Yeah.
I think that's
Oh my
probably a
God.
better idea.
I forgot to say this as well. So on Spare Room.
Yep.
You can look at ads, but you can also make an ad for yourself as like a human.
Yeah, and to be like, here's who I am, and if you want me, message me.
So I did that, and I've gotten a zillion hits,
Because
which
you're so
again,
incredible.
attention makes me feel super great. And I need to show you. I'll when this episode goes live, I'll post in our Instagram the list of pictures that I posted about myself, because I was like, this sequence of photos really
This is
represents
me being fun.
This is who
me
I
being
am.
Serious.
I posted. If you guys know Vibology, I posted a photo from me in costume in Vibology
with the fucking spiky.
I'm not going to tell you which one. Go look at the Instagram, but it's part of my ad, and I've gotten a lot of hits, so that tells me I'm doing something right. But I just needed to add that in.
It is so exciting for you to like concretely be like, okay, so I'm definitely moving, and I definitely need to find a place.
But thank you guys so much for listening to this episode. Please rate this podcast. Leave a review if that's your vibe.
5 stars would be like,
5 stars would
absolutely
be
lovely.
Ideal, if that's
Ideal.
Yeah. Please subscribe so that you don't miss any episodes coming up. And also follow us on all of our social media. Joey, what's your Twitter?
Our Twitter is new to the city. NEW. I'm not going to spell the whole thing.
No, don't do that.
Just make sure you spell city right. That's CiTea.
Because tea, like drinking the tea, spilling the tea about London.
About London.
It's very clever. Also,
tell us our Instagram.
Our Instagram is New to the City Podcast. That's CiTea. That's our handle on Instagram, YouTube, and also you can email us if you have any questions or ideas for future episodes. That would be helpful.
Yep.
That's New to the City Podcast at gmail.com. That's CiTea. All right. So thank you guys so much for listening, and we will see you next time. Please don't do that every time.